The movie begins with a young boy named Amato practicing martial arts with his master, Tokasha. Amato claims that he will be able to use what he learned on his school bullies, but Tokasha is displeased to hear this. He tells him that this is only for self-defense, not to harm others. Amato understands and then leaves to meet his friend Pian. Meanwhile, somewhere in space, robots are fighting like gladiators in an arena. While two of the robots fight, many of them are locked in a prison. One of those locked is Mechabot, who claims he would have been champion of the arena if he was not locked in the cell. Not too far away from the prison, General Grakakus flies on his spaceship looking to take over the prison to complete his collection of powerful robots. Back on Earth, Pian and Amato are working to make a juice machine that is completely automated for their school presentation. They make the Coco 3000 and are very happy to see its success. They are distracted by beeping coming from Pian's father's computer, which tells them that a comet is going to hit the Earth. Pian calls his father, and when Dr. Ammon arrives, he is surprised to see the sudden shift in the trajectory of the comet, and that it is heading towards Earth, so he goes to report it. Pian is disappointed because he wants to show his invention to his father, but he gets no attention from him. In space, the prison is attacked by General Grakakus, who damages the ship, which causes it to lose energy and crash into Earth. This was the comet that they saw on the screen back in the lab. Amato leaves Pian's house, but while on his way back, he sees the spaceship crash. He goes to investigate the crash site and meets Mechabot. Amato approaches Mechabot, but Mechabot is scared, so he shoots at him. Mechabot shoots a tree nearby as a warning shot, but this angers Trocket, another giant robot who was hit by the laser. When Trocket confronts Mechabot, he says that it was Amato's order, which is why he did it. Trocket gets ready to fight them, but Amato distracts him and then makes a run for it. Mechabot sits in the back seat of Amato's bike and throws away the Coco 3000 that Amato and Pian made. Mechabot combines himself with Amato's bike, which helps it become fast enough for them to escape Trocket. At the crash site, Grakakus is searching for Mechabot, but when he can't find him, he asks his soldier to look around. Mechamato sees all this while he grabs a piece of the debris from the crash site. The next morning, Amato thinks last night was a dream, but when his father points out that Mechabot is in the room, he is shocked. His father believes this was the project he worked on yesterday. Amato takes Mechabot to his garage, where Mechabot introduces himself to Amato and his ability to merge with any object to give it upgraded power. Amato is impressed by what Mechabot can do and is happy to be his master. Mechabot tells him that he is not yet his master because he has to first take the mechanizer away from him and then press the button on it. But Amato does it very easily, which makes him Mechabot's new master. While checking out the honesty mode on Mechabot, they are interrupted by Trocket, which leads them to run away again. This time, Mechabot turns into a jetpack and they fly away, but are hit by a rocket. Whilst falling, Mechabot merges with Amato, which shows that he has become a suit for Amato. They fight on the bridge while Amato saves everyone as they run off the bridge, including a girl in a wheelchair and her mother. Amato and Mechabot use a truck's large pipe to turn into a gun that shoots a huge laser to defeat Trocket. Everyone on the bridge thanks them and asks who they are. The duo exclaims that they are Mechamato. Mechamato falls from the bridge, and this makes Amato see a short vision of Mechabot's previous owner. While all of this happens, Mechamato is standing on top of the bridge watching them. Trocket is caught by Grakakus, who gets the information that Mechabot is with Amato. Grakakus prepares to take down Amato like he took down the previous owner of Mechabot. Amato goes home and tries to contact Pian, but is unable to do it once Dr. Aman picks up the phone. The next day, Amato sees Mechamato being praised on the news. Amato leaves for school, and on the way, meets Bula and Billy, his bullies. Mechabot is about to hurt them, but Amato holds him off. In the school, Amato tries to tell Pian that their invention broke, but before he can explain it, the class starts, and the teacher introduces Tamara, the wheelchair girl, that Mechamato saved on the bridge. For the presentation, Amato improvises with Mechabot, which does not impress the teacher. After school, Amato shows Mechabot to Pian, who is amazed by the robot. Tamara shows up and is upset with Amato because the bridge incident caused her wheelchair to get damaged. At that moment, they are attacked by robots of Grakakus, so they have to run away. They run through the streets, through street performances. They get away from the robots and fly away to safety. Tamara and Pian go on a boat ride where Tamara tells Pian that his father is Maskamana, but Pian proves he can't be him because they took a photo together, so he cannot be him. In the sky, Amato asks Mechabot why they were chased by those robots. Mechabot tells him that he wants to collect robots to use them for evil. He explains that Grakakus wants to collect power spheres, which are robots that can power up other technologies. He reveals that his previous owner was attacked and defeated by Grakakus. That is why he was hiding in the prison from everyone. They are attacked by Grakakus, who overpowers them easily. They use different ideas to upgrade technologies and use them against Grakakus. Mechamato starts losing the battle and starts seeing visions of how the previous owner was defeated. Just before they are defeated, they are saved by Maskamana. During the fight, Grakakus damages Maskamana's arm. Maskamana runs away with Mechamato and takes him to safety. Pian and Tamara go to Dr. Amon and tell him about Amato getting ambushed by the robots. Amon tells them that he has already seen Amato and that he is fine. Before the kids leave, he fixes Tamara's wheelchair for her. Soon, Amato wakes up in a lab where he meets Tokasha, who has a broken arm. He notices that Mechabot is resting next to him. Dr. Amon enters the lab and hands him the medication. Amato realizes that the man behind Maskamana was Tokasha and Dakut Andy, who take turns to fight against evil. Tokasha was the one who had saved Amato's life. He learns that Maskamana was made from the same material that the spaceship was made with. The technology of these ships is capable of learning on its own. Amato wants to fight again, but because his injuries haven't healed yet and Mechabot has yet to be repaired, he can't do anything. On the other hand, Grakakus feels annoyed about the fact that Mechabot got away from him. He decides to use a power sphere to upgrade himself before going to get him again. On the news, Andy covers up the technology by telling everyone that it is part of a game that they were doing, and spiced up the rickshaw event. Back in the lab, Mechabot wakes up and finds Dr. Amon is fixing him. He decides to remove Amato as his master so that he no longer poses a threat to him. They plan to use Mechabot's power to defeat Grakakus before he gets them. At the pier, Amato informs his friends that Mechabot got damaged and is undergoing repairs in the lab. Not long after that, the bullies find them there and start to bother them. Pian asks Amato to use his martial arts to beat them up, but he refuses since it's not supposed to be used for violence. He decides it is best to run away from them and take them away with him. Suddenly, the robots show up and kidnap his friends. While Amato hides from his bullies, Grakakus' robots show up and start chasing after him on the rooftops. Amato outsmarts one of them and throws it in the lake, but sees that Grakakus' ship has arrived and is wreaking havoc. It starts destroying the infrastructure and putting civilian lives at risk. During this, it causes a train to run off tracks, but before the train can fall over, Maskamana arrives to save them. Amato helps him evacuate the civilians while Maskamana fights Grakakus. Maskamana flies off to take Grakakus with him away from the civilian, but before he can reach the lab, Grakakus shoots him down. Amon switches to the Maskamana suit to distract Grakakus until Amato and Mechabot are separated and can power up Amon. Amato reaches the lab so that he can use Mechabot to help fight against Grakakus. Amon has a fierce fight with him and uses his many abilities to damage him. When it seemed like he had the upper hand, Grakakus, a beam shoots out from his spaceship which hits Amon in the back. He is severely injured and his spine is damaged. Grakakus shows him the hostages he had taken and demands Mechabot in return for the hostages. The hostages also included Amato's friends, who were being kept in glass cages. At the lab, Amato finds out he has been separated from Mechabot and tries to convince Asha to face Grakaku with Mechabot to prove his abilities. He is refused due to concerns for his safety. However, Amato convinces him by telling him about Mechabot's past and tells him that he considers him a friend and wants to be with him. Knowing that he won't misuse Mechabot and that his bond is strong, Tokasha stops the separation program and leaves the fight to him. Grakakus and Mechamato fight with a new sword-like weapon. Mechabot feels hesitant while fighting him, but Amato takes control and starts overpowering him. When Grakakus is about to lose, he releases the spaceships, and they start falling towards the ground. The drones of Amon grab a few of them, but are unable to get to Pion and Tamara. To save his son, Amon jumps to get to him. Tamara is saved by Mechamato from falling. At this point, Pion finds out that his father is Maskamana, and is awestruck to know that. Grakakus grabs a hold of Mechamato and electrocutes them to separate them. He throws Amato off the edge and gloats that he finally has Mechabot in his control. He tries to merge with him but fails to do it successfully. It turns out that Amato was hanging on the ledge. Mechabot shoots away from Grakakus and flies to save Amato. They turn into a Mega Mechabot to fight. Finally, they defeat Grakakus with the help of Amon's drones and destroy his ship as well. Later, they visit Amon in the hospital. It turns out his back has been injured and he has been paralyzed. Amon thanks him for saving everyone and taking responsibility for Mechabot and asks to be Maskamana. Just then, they hear about another robot attack in the city and leave to save the day again. The movie ends with Amato sharing the stories with his son Boboibo years later about his Mechabot battles. Thank you for watching. Please check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you soon!